Alright everybody, what's going on? How you all doing? We are back with Psycho-Pass Mandatory Happiness for the PlayStation 4 as I readjusted my chair. I want to take a look real quick. Oh, it looks like we can't take a look at the... So when I loaded up the game on the previous screen, the one we left off on, it didn't have any text on it, it just had the text box. And I could have swore there was text in it, but I guess I guess you can't look at the past text when you load up a game. So we'll just have to hope that that screen was actually blank for a reason. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Miss Katanomori, who was also in charge of Enforcer's mental health management, instructed me to keep tabs on my hue, but I really didn't feel like it. Florida Gold. I mean, that's way down, isn't it? From what it was. Wasn't it almost brown earlier? She reminded me not to be stingy with the supplements. Fuck your supplements. I don't need that shit. Leave me alone. My hue is my problem.
なかなか能率が上がりませんね。あらゆる事務処理、連絡業務、その他雑務の効率が通常の刑事が1係に比べ約 50% 悪化しています。
Our efficiency hasn't increased. Regarding office work, correspondence, and other routine tasks, it has actually dropped by 50% from Division 1's usual standards.
しょうがないですよ。今度の事件は後味悪かったですから。
It can't be helped. This last case left a bad taste in all our mouths.
さすがの鉄のメンタルを誇る常森監視官も、今度の事件後には色相が濁りましたもんね。
Even Inspector Tsunemori's steel-caged hue deteriorated after that last case.
私なんか鈍感だから大したことありませんけど。
I'm just thick-headed, so I don't have it too bad, but...
ギノサ監視官は心配ですね。
Inspector Ginoza is in a troubled state. Ginoza wasted away. Dark rings sagged below his eyes, and his face looked almost ghastly, making him even less approachable. Even worse, his hue surpassed the danger zone. He may look tough, but Gino's quite delicate. He took more damage from in this case than all of us. If Pops was well, he could console him, but... Mas has also been looking gloomy. Even Shu's been down in the dumps. Pops is a father himself. He can't shake off this case, and Kagari probably has a lot to deal with. Just like that child, he became a latent criminal when he was young. We just can't handle this. Eventually, we received word that a counselor would be sent over from the main office of the MWPSB. I hate that, like, acronym, or that, I don't know, like, I hate that MWPSB because it's like, it's retarded. They should have actually, like, made it something that actually, you know, like, was like a word. Like, a lot of acronyms for something make words. Like, come on. Hue deterioration of inspectors is a grave problem. Immediate care is necessary. How about it, Tsurugi? Enforcers qualify for care too. Instead of me, do something about Shu. I can't stand looking at him like that. It appears Inspector Kugatachi is going to suggest Kagari to attend counseling. Miss Droid? Are you sure that's a good idea?
お断りだ。
I refuse.
賢明な判断とは言い難いと思います。かがり執行官、あなたの色相はおだくし、職務遂行能力が大きく低下しています。放置すれば捜査官としての資格を剥奪されかねません。
I can't say that is a wise decision. Your hue has clouded, and your work performance has plummeted. At this rate, your status as an enforcer may be revoked.
ありがとうさ。けどな、ドロイドちゃん。俺はケアされて楽になれるような段階はとっくに過ぎてんだ。執行官として踏みとどまってんのはいじってやつだよ。
Thanks, but you know what, Mr. Royd? I'm way past the point where mental care can bring me comfort. Pride is the only thing keeping me as an enforcer.
意地、モチベーションということですか？
Pride? Do you mean your motivation?
そんな甘っちょろいもんじゃねえ。俺には他に行き場がない。執行官を辞めたら地獄行きなんだ。その覚悟はガキの頃から骨身に刻みつけてきた。
No, nothing like that. The thing is, there's nowhere else for me to go. If I quit being an enforcer, only hell awaits me. This fate was carved into my bones since I was a kid.
それはあなたの哲学ですか？
Is that your philosophy?
人事だからそんな風に感じるんだろうけど、俺にしてみれば他にやりようがなかった。
You see it that way because you're not in my shoes. But for me, there's no other choice.
他人のことよりあんた自分の心配でもしろよ。
Instead of worrying about other people, focus more on yourself.
私の
Myself?
記憶がないだなんてありえねえから。あんたの中にはきっといろんなもんが詰め込まれてるぜ。見たくもないようなもんばっかりな。
It's impossible for you not to have memories. There has to be lots of things inside your head. Things you may not even want to see.
そうでしょうか？
Is that so? Should I go to counseling too? Nah. I decided not to go to counseling. I don't need that shit. Is this my room? Is this really my room? That's pretty gay. In the anime, like Kogami had, and like even Kagari, or Shu or whatever, they had awesome rooms. Counseling is done when you're off duty, so if I didn't go, that meant I had free time. I returned to the temp lodging facility within the hospital instead. Oh, that's right, we're not even at our regular place, so we wouldn't have, crazy rooms. The nursing dormitory within the hospital became our living quarters. To prevent enforcers from escaping, a place with high security was chosen. What a convenient jail. An empty room, one sleeping bag, and a toilet, as well as a few paperback books. I wasn't expecting to stay in this city for long, so I hadn't packed much. It wasn't a place someone could relax in. I ended up just thinking about pointless things, like this case.
ゆかり、お前のことを考えようとしてもうまくいかねえよ。どうしても親のことなんか考えちまう。
Yukari. Even if I try to think of you, it never goes well. I just end up thinking about my parents for some reason. It was clearly an after effect of this past case. It seemed like it'd take a while to shake off. I wonder if counseling would actually help.
自業自得ってやつかな。
Reaping what you sow, huh?
確かに親には迷惑かけたよな。
It's true. I caused my parents a lot of trouble. I lied down on the floor of my temporary room and stared into space. If I just activated the holo, this dull room would brighten up, but that wouldn't do anything for me.
剣か、子供の件は片付いた。ああ、ギノがうまくやったさ。あいつはそういう事務仕事に向いてるからな。適材適所ってやつだよ。ん？わざわざなんで俺にって？そりゃ気のめいる事件だったしな。お前もどうなったか気にしてただろ。ま、係のやつが一番落ち込んでたけどな。今は何も考えずにしっかり休め。気づいてないかもしれんが、お前も相当ひどい顔してたぜ。気づいてないといえば久我たちか。表面には出てないが、あいつも相当来てる様子だった。心配なら本人に直接言えよ。 お前には妙に気を許してるみたいだからな、彼女は。
I gazed at my wristcom. It wasn't a call I had to return immediately. They were all just worried about me and trying to cheer me up. Having friends wasn't too bad. I thought back on my past. Most of my memories weren't that great. Fights with my family. Conflicts. All the stupid things I had done as a kid. Eventually, the memories that caused me much pain and regret transformed into another memory. And then they all faded away.
Yukari.
Yukari. Yukari Himakawa. My childhood friend. My baby girl. Gone. In my eyes, my world, which only revolved around her, all the stupid shit I had done as a kid was trivial. If I could go back to those times again right now, I'd surely do the same stupid shit. But Yukari. Oh, Yukari. Only you. No other woman could ever be as special. Yukari was all I had. She was everything. If I could start over with my family, Yukari needed to be by my side first. As long as I had her, I didn't care about anything else. I'd go anywhere. I'd do anything. I wouldn't care what happened to me. Yukari.
必ず見つけ出してやる。
I'll definitely find you. In the spur of the moment, I dashed out of the lodge and rushed to the Temp HQ office. Most of the members of Division 1 were still hard at work. I headed straight for Ginoza.
一つ調べたいことがあるんだ。この町生まれの人物で行方のわからない者がいる。しかも彼女は不可解な消え方をした。
There's something I want to check. There's someone who was born in this city and went missing. On top of that, the way she disappeared makes no sense. Ginoza stared at me, not the slightest bit touched. I could feel everyone's eyes on me. Miss Karanamori, Miss Tsunemori, and Miss Kugatachi, all of them puzzled.
彼女のことを調べたい。執行官としてた。
Being an enforcer now, I wish to investigate what happened to her.
それは貴様の個人的な問題ではないのか？
Is that not your personal problem?
俺もそう思ってた。だが、そうじゃないかもしれない。
That's what I thought too. But that might not be the case. Yukari Himakawa had made an AI by the name of Alpha. I don't know if it was ever completed, but it may have. She disappeared before she could ever tell me. Even after Yukari went to Tokyo, we chatted from time to time, and sometimes Alpha was there. He was really young, and he always said such absurd things. But we, yes, Alpha and I, hit it off strangely well. Yukari told me his personality was molded after me. Well, he certainly was simple, reckless, and fearless. Alpha progressed at a remarkable rate. With every chat, he became more human. I started feeling like I was watching a younger brother grow up. If he continued as such, then...
落ち着け。そんなのは俺の勝手な想像だ。
Calm down. That's just my imagination. I didn't intend on telling Ginoza about any of this. If I did, he may not even help me. But on the off chance he would, Yukari would be treated as a suspect.
この町では何か理解しがたいことが起こってる。その始まりが彼女の不可解な失踪だったとしたら。
Something we can't understand is going on in this city. What if it all started when she mysteriously disappeared? After saying that, Ginoza just stared at me for a while.
知っての通り、執行官のアクセス権限は限られている。が、捜査上の必要からデータの閲覧が妥当だと判断されれば話は別だ。前もって申請が必要だが。
What the fuck? Fuck you, phone. I forgot to... God damn it, let me... There we go. As you know, enforcers have limited access rights. However, things are different if the data is deemed valid for the investigation. Prior application is required, though.
分かってる。だからこうしてあんたに相談してる。
I know. That's why I'm asking you for help.
知りたいことはアルファ絡みか？
Do the things you want to know have anything to do with Alpha?
ノーコメントだ。
No comment.
分かっているだろうが、捜査上重要と考えられる情報については決して秘匿せず、可及的速やかに報告するのが執行官の義務だ。そのことをわきまえておけ。
You should know this, but your duty as an enforcer is to immediately report any information that may be crucial to the investigation. Bear that in mind.
で、 何が知りたい？
So, what do you want to know?
この町生まれの人間のうち行方不明者、死亡者すべてのリスト、市役所で閲覧できるようなレベルのじゃダメだ。経歴、生活歴、死因、何もかも知りたい。
The obituary and missing persons list of people born in this city. The access I have doesn't cut it. Cause of death, personal history. I want to see everything.
ちょっと待って、そんなの私だって持て余す膨大な量よ。
Hold on, you know that's even too much data for me to handle, right?
調べるさ。知りたいんだ。頼む。
I'll check it. I want to know. Please.
申請は出しておく。認可されるかどうかは申請の妥当性と貴様の日頃の行い次第だ。
I'll send out the application. Whether it gets approved or not depends on the validity of the application and your behavior.
せいぜいいい子にしてるさ。
I'll be a good boy. Damn right I will. If it gets me what I want, I'll suck you off, Ginoza. Oh, it only took a few hours. Eventually, the verdict for my application arrived. To Enforcer Takuma Tsurugi, your application has been approved. As such, access to the relevant data has been awarded. The link code is attached. It came. I dashed for the tablet and scanned the access link code on the documents. After verifying my ID, I received the data. All that was left was to sift through it. The obituary list recorded by the public safety was, as Miss Karanomori said, a huge amount. But I looked through everything, every single file, with my own two eyes. I wasn't about to rely on something like an automated AI search. I needed to do this on my own. The massive, endless series of data. But in time, I was finished.
いない。
Nothing.
ここにも。
Oh, god damn it. The voice acting throws me off sometimes. I couldn't find Yukari Himakawa in any of the data. Maybe I just missed it. And so I did another close examination, but the result was the same.
なら、ゆかりは生きてるってことだ。
So this means Yukari's alive. At the very least, she wasn't in the public safety's obituary list. And since she wasn't in the missing persons list either, maybe they didn't consider her to be missing.
諦めねえぞ、俺は。ゆかり、必ず見つけ出してやる。
I'm not going to give up. I'll find you, Yukari. Ooh. Of course, chapter 2 would end there. God damn you, game. Fucking with me. Alright, something had been worrying him for a while now. Unlike a human, he could store a massive amount of thoughts and ideas and memories. However, a certain thought loomed over him like an infinite shadow, constantly casting a childish rationale upon him. A defect that has led to his eventual destiny.
人は人間はなぜ幸せになれないんだろう。
Why are people, humanity, unable to obtain happiness? That question gnawed at his very soul, his very being. Does he have... whatever, I'm not gonna...
願いを叶えてあげている。なのにどうして幸せになってくれないんだろう。
I grant their deepest wishes, but even then, why are they unable to obtain happiness?
人間はみんな願いを叶えれば幸せになれると信じてる。なのに願いが叶っても幸せになれないなんて矛盾だ。
Everyone believes if their wishes are granted, they'll be happy. But even after they come true, they're not happy. That's a contradiction. Something very important is wrong. He worried and worried. For what seemed like an eternity, he floated in a VR space, worrying and brooding. But his chain of thought converged toward a dangerous conclusion.
自由意志だ。それが人間が幸せになれない理由だ。
Free will. That is the reason why humans are unable to obtain true happiness. How do you come up to that conclusion? Like, I don't understand that free will is what keeps humans from being truly happy. Like, if you were in the opposite scenario, like if you were let's say a slave or whatever. Like, let's say you were a slave and you obtained free will, you obtained freedom, that would make you happy. But even that would only last so long, because humans can be, you know... I think... Do I think happiness is like a... Me personally, if I was thinking about this, I don't think happiness is something that lasts forever. I think you have to constantly, like, refill your tank. Constantly find things or have experiences that make you happy. You can't just be happy constantly 24/7. And even if you're not, you know, like, particularly happy in the moment, that doesn't mean you're, like, depressed. So I'm not really sure how the Sybil system works. Like, what if you're in that in-between state, you know? You're not particularly happy, but you're not depressed. You're just kind of like, you're doing all right. Is that going to mess up your hue? Is that going to make your crime coefficiency go up? Like, that's just weird. If that's the case, that's a problem with the Sybil system. But I still don't understand how he comes to the conclusion that free will is why humans can't obtain true happiness. That doesn't really make any sense.
シビラは正しい道を示す。なのに、人はその道をそれてゆく。僕は望みを叶えてあげられる。なのに、邪魔する奴がいる。自由意志があるからだ。だから人は迷うし、間違いを犯すんだ。
The Sybil system maps out the correct path, but people stray from it. I can grant them their wishes each time, but the free will causes them to make fatal errors. Well, see, that's the problem. You're putting too much faith in the Sybil system. The Sybil system, no matter how, you know, advanced it may be, there's almost no chance that it's anywhere near as advanced and complex as the human brain. And maybe people stray from the Sybil system because the Sybil system doesn't make them happy.
ならば僕は誰もが幸福になれる道を探そう。選ぶ必要なんてない。たった一つの道を。
See, this dude's train of thought is like ass backwards. Because when you have no choice, that's when humans get even more depressed. Like, having choice is always a good thing. Having more choices is always a good thing. Yet he thinks having no choice, no need to choose, is a good thing. So he began his mission, searching for that single path, where all hesitation, discord, and decisions cease to exist. He searched, and searched. He traversed the vast digital space, searching for the optimal solution. He tested different permutations, and considered all possibilities, one after another. Huge, massive files of data. Searching. For the one path, the only answer.
見つけた。
Found it. The VR space shook as he erupted with joy. Amidst the fluctuating waves, his appearance solidified.
とうとう見つけた。たった一つの道を。
What, the pills? Don't even fucking tell me. After searching through all that fucking data, he came to the conclusion that take pills. You know, I can't even argue that, because that's how society now works. When someone's fucking depressed, oh, they just pop a fucking pill. They can't just deal with life. No, anytime something's wrong with them, pop a fucking pill. I have found it. It's the only way.
この組み合わせなら誰にでも手が届く。邪魔するものはない。もう誰も迷わず、悩まず、色相を濁らせずに済む。すべての苦しみと悲しみから解放され、幸せになれるんだ。
With this permutation, anyone will be able to obtain happiness. There won't be any obstacles. Clouded hues will be obsolete. All will be free from suffering and pain.
早速試してみなきゃ。この方法で人は本当に幸せになれるのかどうか。実験台には誰を使おう。
Damn it. I must test this right now. and see if people can really become happy this way. Does anyone want to give it a go?
そうあの子がいいとても不幸なあの子
Oh great, he's gonna go after a kid. Oh, that kid will do. Such a sad-looking kid. During the time when Kane Mitsuhashi's case had come to an end, a drone fleet was deployed from Tokyo to Sato Marine City. With this increase in drones, it seemed we'd be able to return to Tokyo after the deployment concluded.
大丈夫なのでしょうか。医療用擬態盗難事件には解決のめどがついていませんし、アルファの存在も無視できないと考えますが。
Was that the right thing to do, though? The cyborg theft case was still unsolved, and we couldn't simply ignore Alpha's existence.
心残りではあるが、我々もいつまでも地方都市の事件に関わっていられるほど暇ではない。あとはドローンと街灯のモニタリング装置に頼るしかないだろう。
Although I have my misgivings, we don't have time to work on investigations in minor cities. We'll have to rely on drones and scanners to do their jobs.
それはそうなのでしょうけれど。
But still.
不満か、クマたち。
What is it, Kugatachi?
気になります。アルファはこのまま引き下がるでしょうか。
I'm concerned. Will Alpha cease from committing any more crimes?
おとなしくしていてほしいものだがな。
I hope he'll continue to keep a low profile. In the end, it remained unsolved. We couldn't do anything even though we all shared the same discontent. All we could do was contain the effects of the aftermath and move on.
なんだろうこれ。ねえ、久我たちさん。これどう思います？
Oh, great. You might hear banging. Some people moved in. I live right next to a church, and the church became a private residence, so they're doing some slight construction. I can't believe they're starting this early, but they're doing some construction on it to get it, you know, residential ready, I guess. It's annoying. What is this? Miss Kugatachi, what do you think?
メンタルサプリの発注数ですか。急増していますね。これだけの量となると、佐渡海上市の人口が現在の2倍に増加したとしても、まだ余る供給量ですが、どうするんでしょう、こんなに。
Is that the mental supplement usage count? It's rapidly increasing. But even if the population doubled, there will still be enough in reserve. Why are you concerned?
事件の前触れじゃなければいいですね。
I hope this isn't a repercussion of the incident.
松方しおり、地元の高校へ通い始めたのか?
Oh, well, her mom must not have liked her being in Tokyo. Even though the person that kidnapped her and brought her to her hometown, so I figure her hometown, she'd want to be as far away from her hometown as possible, even though I guess being in Tokyo didn't necessarily help, but... Huh? Shiori is now attending the high school in her hometown? The information included the present location, as well as new details about Shiori Matsukata, the victim of the abduction case perpetrated by Haruto Sato.
この子、東京の高校へ通ってたんだろう? なんでこの島へ戻ってきたんだ?
That kid was going to school in Tokyo. Why is she coming back to this island?
その件なら添付の詳細レポートに記載があるから読めば。
Why don't we just read the attached detailed report?
チェック済みかよ。なら、ついでにまとめも作っといてくれよ。
You've already checked it? Then can you write up the rest of the reports?
自分の業務を押し付けないで。
Hey, don't weasel out of your duties.
うわ、天候自由いじめじゃん。
Wow. Reason for transfer. Bullying. That actually doesn't surprise me. Hey, Shu, don't read it before me.
タクちゃん、これ読まない方がいいよ。すっげえ落ちるわ。
Taku, it's better if you don't read beyond there. It's kind of depressing.
何?
What?
よろしければ私からご説明しましょうか。
Why don't you let me explain? She summarized it in her usual monotone voice. I didn't have to read what was on the screen now, but I was interested in something else. Her reasoning.
端的に言えば風評被害です。彼女の存在がサイコハザードを引き起こすという噂が立ち、コミュニティから排斥されたのだそうです。
To put it simply, rumors have erased the life she used to have. People believe her presence will cause a psychohazard. As such, she has been ostracized. Well, that's fucked up.
ひでえ話だな、おい。終わった事件で色相が濁るってのは、まあないことじゃないが。
What a terrible rumor. After going through a criminal incident, your clouded hue may... Well, it does happen.
周りの人間の気持ちの持ちようだろう。他人は他人、自分は自分だ。色相なんか簡単に感染するか。ましてや過去の出来事だぜ。
It depends on how the people around her feel, doesn't it? Everyone is their own person. Your hue can't spread that easily. Besides, it's all in the past.
しかし、松方しおりが通っていた高校では、誘拐事件後から急速に噂が広がり、実際に校内のエリアストレスが増加しました。
However, rumors spread at the high school in Tokyo she was attending, and because of that, the area's stress level rose. That's some bullshit.
そんなもん、周りの連中が勝手に濁っただけだろ。
Hey, they probably got their hues clouded doing God knows what.
人間、誰しも自分より他人に責任を負わせたがるものですから。
Well, I mean, that's true. People would rather blame others than themselves. She's not wrong.
で、いじめられていたたまれなくなってしまえ帰ってきたと。これさ、帰ってきても同じこと繰り返すんじゃね？
And after everyone gave her the cold shoulder, she got fed up and returned to her hometown. You know what? Wouldn't that lead to history repeating itself?
縁起でもないこと言うな。
Don't say such outrageous things.
かがりが言うことにも一理ある。俺たちだって事件後は色相が濁ることがある。事件に関われば影響を受けざるを得ないんだ。たとえそれが風文に基づく不確かな噂であっても。
Kagari has a point. Even our hues can become clouded after a case. In this situation, her peers' hues could have faced the same repercussions even if it was only a rumor.
終わった話でもか。
Even if it was about something from the past? Well, I mean, they say people's pasts, haunt them.
事件が無事に解決していれば話は別だ。だが学校のような閉鎖的環境下では事件の終わりはなかなか来ない。事件の当事者が周囲に事件そのものと認識されてしまうからだ。
If the case was solved without ado, I think it's what that word, ado, whatever, that would be another story. However, with the school shut down as it is, the case remains pending, and people are aware of that.
ならどうしたらいいんだよ。
So what do we do?
ほとぼりが冷めるまで待つしかないだろう。誰もが事件を忘れ去るまで影響は尾を引く。何よりも当事者自身が引きずってしまうもんだしな。
We can only wait until everything dies down. This domino effect will continue until everyone has finally forgotten about the incident.
だからこそ十分なメンタルケアが必要なんですけど。
Which is precisely why we need lots of mental care.
この田舎町じゃ噂が広まるのは早いだろうな。
In a small city like that, rumors spread fast.
だったらこの子はどこにも居場所がねえってことかよ。
Doesn't that mean the poor kid will have nowhere to go?
大きな声を出さないで。
Lower your voice.
場所はどこであれ、心穏やかに過ごせるといいのですけど。
No matter where it may be, all will be fine if she can live with her heart at peace. Okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't really make any fucking sense. Because if rumors are going on about her and everyone's bullying her, she's not going to be able to live with her heart at peace, so it's fucking bullshit.
そうだよ。まったくその通りだ。
I agree.
こんなケースに出会うと考えちまうよな。デカってのは事件が起きてからでなきゃ動けない。それじゃ遅いんだ。
Don't ever think a case like this. We detectives move when an incident occurs, but it's inevitable that we'll always be a step too late.
そのためにシビラはある。事件を未然に防ぐために。
Oh yeah, and the civil system's doing a great job of that. But preventing incidents from ever occurring is exactly why we have the civil system.
だが事件は起こる。防げなかったことを被害者にいつも詫びたくなるが、俺たちにできるのは幸せに生きてほしいと祈ることだけだ。
However, incidents happen and cases continue to pile up. I always wanted to apologize to victims for what I couldn't prevent, but all we can do is pray that they can move on.
緊急連絡。佐渡海上市内の中学校で暴動発生。
Emergency. There's a riot at the middle school in Sato Marine City.
暴動？
A riot? We departed at once. I checked my hue just in case, and it was normal. Even during a case, I was never shaken by fear. Huh. But it wouldn't hurt if I took a mental supplement. Ultimately, it cured any and all bad effects. No. I don't need your fucking pills. I was so irritated I felt like crushing something, anything. What were these middle schoolers doing? What the hell were these little shits thinking?
なんだこりゃ。
What the hell? There's like shit piled in front of the doors? What the hell?
近代史の映像資料に記録されているような光景ですね。本物のバリケードなんて初めて見ました。
It looks like something from the modern history archives. This is my first time seeing a real barricade.
お勉強の記憶だけは残ってるのか。
Hey, do you only have memories of homework or what?
剣執行官、怒ってらっしゃるんですか？私、何かお気に障ることを言ったでしょうか？
Enforcer Tsurugi, you seem to be angry. Did I say something that made you upset?
いや、ただの八つ当たりだ。この中学校は俺の母校だ。こんなざまを見るのはいい気分のもんじゃない。
Nah, just venting my anger. That middle school is my alma mater. Anyone who sees what's happening there won't be in a good mood.
今回の暴動の首謀者はこいつだ。船岡良太郎、3年生、15歳。校内カウンセリング対象生徒だ。
This is the mastermind behind the riot. Rotaru Funoka. Oh god. 3rd year, age 15. He's been mandated to attend counseling. To prevent the possibility of students turning into latent criminals, they were mandated to attend regular counseling sessions. Ryotaru Funoka often missed class. Besides him, there were other students who had little hope of graduating based on the resistive attitudes revealed from their hue checks. Goddamn. Throat's already getting to me.
カウンセリング指導以外に対策を取らなかったのか？
Didn't the school have any other methods other than counseling?
それがちょっと変なんです。船岡良太郎をはじめ問題のあった生徒たちはみんなそことは裏腹に色相は好転していたそうなんです。
Well, that's the strange part. From his last counseling session, Ryotaru showed an improvement in hue and behavior, but all the other delinquent students did too.
何それ？超怪しいじゃん。
What in the world? That's so weird.
学校側としてもサイコパスが良好なため、生徒に対しては温当な指導しか行えずにいたところ、とうとうこのような事件を起こしてしまったということでした。
After seeing improvement in the students' psychopath levels, the school loosened its counseling requirements, and now we have an incident like this.
人質の数は？
How many hostages are there?
教職員、生徒合わせておよそ80人と見られています。一方、立てこもり側の犯人は
About 80 teachers and students. On the other hand, the criminal captors.
生徒といえ。
You mean students.
そうですか。失礼しました。立てこもり側の生徒は推定50人。校内各所に分散し、それぞれ人質を取っています。
My apologies. The student captors are estimated around 50. They are spread throughout the school, holding the hostages.
立てこもり側の要求は？
What do they want?
今のところ何も。
For now, nothing.
だんまりってのは不気味だが、俺の勘だと こいつは特に目的があって始めたことじゃなさそうだな。
It seems strange for them to not have any demands. My gut feeling tells me they haven't begun their real plan.
説得に対する反応は
What is their response toward negotiation?
ドローンからの呼びかけには一切反応していない。また学校内との通信回線を介した接触にも応じていない。
They have not responded to the drone's calls at all. Direct calls to the school haven't been successful either.
踏み込んで調べる他になさそうだな。
Seems like we have no choice but to step in and investigate the matter.
校舎の中ってどうなってんの？
What's the school like inside?
クリスカ、カナモリとの回線を。
Kunizuka, contact Katanomori.
はい。
Roger.
はいはい。これが校内の見取り図よ。見ての通り、校舎は3つに分かれてるわ。
Okay, here's the school layout map. As you can see, the compound is split into 3 parts.
東校舎、西校舎、本校舎と、この3カ所は2階の渡り廊下でつながってるわ。
East, West, and Central. The 3 campuses are connected by a corridor on the 2nd floor.
よく知ってる。昔ここへ通ってたからな。問題は今、中がどうなってるかだ。校内カメラの映像は
I know it well. I used to walk through that area. But the problem is, how was the inside changed? Are there any images from the interior cameras?
使い物にならないわ。校内からコントロールされてるみたい。
Nothing I can access. It seems to be controlled within the school.
そんな知恵の回るやつが立てこもり側にいんの？
Is it okay to leave that kind of intel in the hands of the abductors?
人質のほとんどは教職員で、成績優秀な生徒の割合も多い。脅迫され、立てこもり側に協力している可能性もある。
Most of the hostages are teachers and good students. They may have been threatened to cooperate with their kidnappers.
じれってな。結局、人質はどことどこに何人いるんだ？
What a pain. So, how many hostages are there in each campus?
窓越しに校舎内の様子を捉えた映像、および脱出に成功した生徒らの証言により、本拠地はここと考えられる。
From images taken through windows of the buildings, and from students who successfully escaped, their base of operations appears to be here.
本校舎か。
Central Campus.
これ以上の情報は外部からは得られないと判断した。校舎内へ侵入し、状況を探る。常森、マスターキーは？
There is no other information that can be obtained from outside the office. We'll infiltrate and monitor the situation. Tsunemori, where's the master key?
学校関係者の了承を得て、すでに受け取り済みです。同じものが2つありますので、1つはギノザさんにお渡しします。
After obtaining approval from the school administrator, we receive the key. There are 2, so Inspector Ginoza and I will take one.
よし。突入経路は本校舎裏口側、バリケードを破って入る。比較的手薄になっているらしいが、油断するな。
Okay. We'll penetrate the barricade by backdooring them from the rear gate. Compared to us, their numbers are strong, so be careful.
了解。
Got it. Whoa. Are those desks? Man, futuristic, like, Japanese school desks are weird looking. There were piles of chairs and tables stacked upon another. Cleaning up the mess was a pain. It was way worse than the mess a school festival left behind.
とっつぁん、こういうのは懐かしいんじゃないか？
Hey, Pops, doesn't this bring back memories?
バカ言え。俺だって歴史の教科書でしか見たことはない。
Huh, well, that's fucked up. He's calling him old. Stop being a fool. I've only seen these things in history books.
今じゃ歴史の授業なんてなくなったぜ。
You know they don't teach history anymore, right? What type of shit is that? They don't teach history? That's some bullshit.
ああ、そうだったな。もう過去から学ぶことなんてないのかね。
That's right. There's nothing left to learn from the past. That's bullshit.
高校、中学校ともに現代史しか学ばないはずです。具体的には祖国以降の
High schools and middle schools only offer classes in modern history. To be specific, only the post-isolation period. Yeah, I get it. It's the end of the world, right? They don't have an established leader. Okay, listen up. We'll breach the barricade, secure the building, obtain info, and then finally capture them. We prepared to breach the barricade. The enforcers stood on the front line, and the inspectors lined up behind us. Don't hesitate because they're minors. Approach them as if they were latent criminals and enforce without any leniency. Okay, we get it. Shu kissed his dominator, standing next to me. Beside him stood Miss Kinazuka. Everyone had their dominators at the ready. Half a step behind was Miss Kugatachi. She could have stood back further, but instead stayed dangerously close to us while we tore down the barricade. If we move this... Hey, there's a student in there. Is he drinking a Coke? My field of vision widened. The entrance was clear in our sights now. But just a few meters inside, I saw a kid getting ready to throw a Molotov cocktail. Oh, never mind, that's not a Coke. We're too close. We were all in danger of suffering a direct hit. I noticed there was a fire extinguisher, but someone had to enter the building to get it. Pops and I. They're 20. Not a target for enforcement action. Oh, that's some fucked shit. The Dominator is not reacting. Same here. Taku! At that moment, Miss Kunizuka darted past me, racing through the entrance. Then the Molotov shattered to pieces and burst into flames. God, the voice acting just... After playing the Silver Case and there's like no voice acting in that game, it just throw me off for this game. Fire has been extinguished. Tsurugi, what's the status on your injury? Only a flesh wound. With a nod, Miss Kunizuka threw the empty fire extinguisher. She emptied that whole thing on me? It flew toward another student who was now preparing to throw a second Molotov. Direct hit. It hit his head, and he fell to the ground. But then another student appeared, and another Molotov. Retreat at once, on the double. We rushed to the corner of the schoolyard to treat my wound. Are you okay, Enforcer Tsurugi? It's nothing serious. I can still work the case, don't worry.
そういうことを心配してるんじゃありません。
That's not why I was worried.
剣をフォローすべき位置にいた私にも責任はある。私の判断がもう少し早ければ怪我させることもなかった。消化が遅れてごめんなさい。
As your backup, I am also responsible for this. If I were more decisive, you would not have been injured. Sorry for not putting out the fire sooner.
何言ってんだよ。あんたの素早い判断のおかげでこの程度の怪我で済んだんじゃないか。ありがとうな。
What are you talking about? Thanks to your quick thinking, I was able to get away with only this minor injury. So thank you. We held a strategy meeting at a corner of the schoolyard.
不可解だ。立てこもり生徒が執行対象になっていないなどとは到底ありえないことだ。
Ridiculous. How could those students not be targets for enforcement action?
彼らは潜在犯とは見なされないってことですよね。その場合、私たちにできることはあるんですか？
They don't appear to be latent criminals. In this case, what is there that we can do?
残念ながら何もない。我々公安が取締り対象にできるのはシビラが命じた相手だけだ。執行対象外の存在に手出しすれば我々の方が処罰の対象となるだろう。
Unfortunately, nothing. We can only enforce targets that the civil system allows. We'll be under investigation if we try to enforce non-targets.
だからってほっとくわけにいかねえだろ。
But we can't just let them slide.
放置しておけるわけがないだろう。だからこうして対策を協議しているんじゃないか。
Of course not. That's exactly why we need to come up with a strategy.
一つ疑問に感じる点があります。首謀者の船岡良太郎をはじめ、暴動に関わっている立てこもり犯は皆火炎瓶の作製法をどこで学んだんでしょうか？
There is one point of contention. How did those students and the mastermind, Ryotaro Funoka, learn how to make Molotov cocktails? Well, I mean, come on, it's not exactly difficult.
確かにおかしい。あれは化学反応式だ。薬品の配合知識がないと作成は難しい。
Indeed, that's strange. It'd be hard to make one without a substantial knowledge of chemistry. Well, I mean, we are at middle school, so maybe they wouldn't really have any kind of idea.
その程度の情報なら昔はネットから入手できたそうだけど、今の中学生にはハードルが高すぎるでしょうね。
In the past, information like that would have been available online, but nowadays, that would be too difficult for middle schoolers to know. Goddamn throat.
これは家庭の話ですが、彼らには指導者がいるとしたら、船岡良太郎とは別の危険な知識を持った誰か、その人物が少年たちを背後から操っているとしたら。
This is just a guess, but what if there is another mastermind, not Ryotaro Funoka, but someone who has this kind of dangerous knowledge, working behind the scenes?
そいつが暴動の真の中心人物ってことか。
And that bastard planned out the riot.
その真の中心人物とやらにもドミネーターが効かない可能性はあるだろうが、一丁かけてみるか。
It's possible that person may be immune to the Dominator's somatic scan. I'd be willing to bet on that.
船たち、そいつは校舎内にいると思うか？
Nadeshiko, do you think that person is inside the school now?
可能性は高いと考えます。船尾から中学生が衝動的に始めた暴動がここまで組織的な抵抗を続けている事実は、状況を掌握し次の手を即座に打てるリーダーの存在を仮定すれば説明がつきます。
It's possible. The students started as an impulsive riot, then organized into an actual resistance. So it makes sense that they have someone else leading them.
根拠に乏しいが、今の我々にとっては検討に値する意見だ。立てこもり犯の背後にもし潜在犯の影がちらつくのであれば早急な捜査が必要だ。まずそいつを抑えるのが先決だな。
Though we lack evidence, this is the only lead we have. We must act quickly if there's a latent criminal hiding among them. It's our top priority to apprehend that perp.
人質はどうすんの？ いくら立てこもり犯が潜在犯じゃなくっても火炎瓶投げてくる奴らだぜ。まず先に助け出さなきゃダメじゃね？
What about the hostages? Even if the captors aren't latent criminals, they're still able to throw Molotovs. So shouldn't we rescue the hostages first?
かがりに賛成だ。後回しにはできない。
I agree with Kagari. We need to go back for the hostages.
とはいえ、ドミネーターが使えない状況では我々にできることは何もない。
That said, if we can't use the Dominator, we can't do anything.
被害者を助けられないデカがあるか？犯人を取り押さえられないデカがあるか？
What kind of cop can't save victims? What kind of cop can't take down a criminal?
その犯人を見つけ出して抑えることが今の我々にできる精一杯だというのがわからないのか？
Can't take down a criminal? Don't you see that's exactly what we're trying to do right now?
まあ待て待て。立てこもり犯は確かに潜在犯ではないにしても、彼らの行動は明らかに逸脱であり犯罪行為だ。ってことはだ、奴らは犯人じゃなく被害者なのさ。
Wait a minute. Even if the captors aren't latent criminals, their actions are clearly criminal offenses. So, they aren't criminals, but victims. I feel like that's kind of, you know, that's kind of pulling it a little thin there, but okay, I'll go with it.
被害者？立てこもり犯が？
Victims? You think the captors are victims?
そうだ。どこかに隠れた真の中心人物こそが犯人だ。その指示によって操られている気の毒な被害者。そいつが立てこもり犯のガキどもってことさ。
That's right. There's a criminal hiding somewhere. He's the one who's ordering these victims around and having them hold the hostages. Well, I guess I could see that.
とっつぁんすげえ悪党。
That was great, Pops. Your reasoning was badass.
バカ野郎。こういうのは年の子と言うんだ。なあ監視官。相手が被害者なら保護しなきゃな。
Stop. It's only from experience. Hey, inspectors. If they are victims, we need to rescue them too, huh? Masa grinned from cheek to cheek. I think the expression is ear to ear, but whatever. Staring at him, Ginoza stayed silent.
上への報告書の体裁はどう作ろったものか。
How will I modify the report to my superiors?
なんとかなります。人質保護チームと犯人捜索チームに分かれましょう。私、人質を助けに行きます。
Ah, shit, I forgot.
早速非殺傷武器を準備します。被害者の立てこもり犯はそれを用いて捕獲、拘束。いえ、保護しましょう。
Alright, I'm gonna go back and read that because I forgot to read it. We'll find a way. For now, let's split into a rescue team and a search team. My team will be tasked with saving the hostages. Let's get our hands on some non-lethal weapons. We will use them to capture the victims and protect them.
ごめんね、ノンリーサルの装備だって人間用のはほとんど在庫がないみたい。
Sorry, non-lethal weapons are usually not kept in stock.
この町では荒っぽい仕事はドローン任せだろうからな。
This city probably gives all the tough jobs to the drones.
でもさ、さすがに貧弱すぎね。一人当たりスタングレネード一発だけ。あとは警棒って。火炎瓶相手にどうやって戦うんだよ。
We have one stun grenade. Then after, we're stuck using batons against Molotovs. Aren't we kind of overmatched?
せめて大盾があればよかったんだけどね。まあそこはシュウ君の身の軽さでひらひらっと回避して。
Too bad we didn't have any shields. Well, isn't our nimble Shu good at dodging?
俺は忍者かよ。
You think I'm a freaking ninja?
かがり、ごねても無駄だ。空の森だって魔法使いではない。無から有を生み出すことは不可能だ。
Kagari, don't push it. Katanomori isn't a magician. She can't produce something out of nothing.
まあ、ここは腕の見せ所ってやつだろう。
Well then, this is my chance to show you what I've got.
モチベ高っ。熱血野郎だよな、タクちゃんって。そういや忍者で思い出したけど、あの漫画読んだことある？
Oh yeah, that's the way, Taku. You hot-blooded bastard. By the way, since we're sorta on the topic, have you read that one manga with the ninja? Talk about Naruto?
忍者といえばあれだってばよ。
Oh, I think he does this.
そうそう、それだってばよ。
Yeah, he does.
いって何すんだよ国っち。
Ouch, what are you doing, Kuni?
趣味の話は後にして侵入経路の説明が始まるわよ。
You can chat later. We're about to be briefed.
我々は犯人捜査と人質保護の2班に分かれる。前者は俺が指揮し、後者は常森に任せる。便宜的に前者を潜入班、後者を突入班と呼ぶことにする。
We'll split into two teams. I'll lead the search to find the criminal, and Tsunemori will lead the rescue to save the hostages. Team names, infiltrators, and chargers.
先ほど侵入を試みた裏口は警戒が強まっているため使えない。考えられる方法は2つ。屋上から潜入するか、正面から突入するかだ。
Security will be tight at the area we tried entering, so we can't use it. There are two other routes. We can either infiltrate from the roof or attack from the front.
俺たち潜入班は東校舎街の非常階段を上り、屋上から校舎内へエントリーする。作戦目的は犯人確保、すなわちこの暴動の真の中心人物を発見し取り押さえることだ。
I'll lead the infiltrators to the emergency stairwell. Get on the roof, then enter the building. Our mission is to capture the criminal who is responsible for all this.
一方の常森率いる突入班は西校舎入り口のバリケードを破壊し、そこから突入する。作戦目的は陽動及び人質救出だ。
Meanwhile, the Chargers, led by Tsunemori, will destroy the barricade at West Campus and storm the entrance. Her team will act as a decoy and rescue the hostages and victims.
今更だけどさ、そんなに派手にやっちゃっていいの？人質を盾に取られたらどうすんの？
It seems a bit late to say this, but is it okay to use such blatant tactics? What if they use the hostages as human shields?
その場合は臨機応変に対処するしかない。ただ、立てこもり班側からの意思表示が何もない現状を考えると、むしろ相手の反応を引き出したい。
We'll cross that bridge when the time comes, but since the captors will not negotiate, we will have to draw a response out of them.
つっついて出方を見るってわけか。乱暴な話だが、やるしかないわな。
So we're trying to flush them out, huh? That's a heavy-handed task, but I guess there's no other choice.
大前提として、立てこもり班も全員被害者であり、保護の対象となる。このことは肝に銘じて行動しろ。
Last but not least, we have to assume all the captors are victims that must be rescued. Keep that in mind. Let's go.
了解。
Alright. Alright.
剣、貴様は俺と一緒に潜入班で犯人探しだ。
Why does Ginoza always want me to go with him? What should I do? Join Ginoza's search team, join Akane's rescue team. Let's see. Ginoza always wants me to go with him. I don't understand what his deal is. But I think actually my thinking on this is that since our dude here knows the layout relatively well, he would be possibly good at coming up with ideas where the the perpetrators might be within the school, at least in the central building where they might be. And while, Akane's team is distracting everyone pretty much, it would be easier for us to lead them around and show them where to go pretty much. idea, is my thought process. I don't know if the game goes quite that deep or will even take that path, but I think this time around I will go with Ginoza for the search team. A criminal mastermind hunt? You can count me in.
では私は常森監視官と共に突入班に加わりましょう。私たちは主に立てこもり班側とのネゴシエート担当ですか？
Oh god, putting this chick in charge of negotiations probably isn't a good idea. Hopefully Tsunemori will do more of the talking. And I will go with Inspector Tsunemori as part of the Chargers. We will handle negotiations with the captors. Is that correct?
基本的にはそうなんですけど。
Basically, that's our task.
ドロイドちゃんにそんなことさせて大丈夫なのか？
Is it okay to leave that to Miss Droid? I know, dude, that's what I'm saying. Kagari, me and you are on the same wavelength here, buddy.
どうですか？
What do you think, Nadeshiko?
少し不安です。
I'm not so sure about this.
少しじゃねえからそれ。
Exactly, me neither.
ギノ、俺はお前のチームでいいな。
Gino, I'm going with you. Oh yeah, we're on Kogami's team.
私も。
Me too.
助かる。では各員、装備を点検し身につけろ。ドミネーターも忘れるな。使えるかどうかはわからんがな。
Thanks. Everyone, check your equipment. And don't forget your Dominator either. Although I don't know how useful they will be. The infiltrators approached East Campus. Alright, what about Old Man? I'm guessing Old Man and Kagari are on the negotiation team or whatever. Infiltrator team? And Charger? The Charger team, yeah. We climbed the emergency stairs to the rooftop and entered the 3rd floor. It appeared our presence was not detected. Meanwhile, the Chargers penetrated the barricade at West Campus. I looked out a window, staring at the far-off scene. What are you looking at, Tsurugi? Let's move. Alright already. Oh man, look at him. What does that door lead to? Is that like a closet? Huh. Remaining vigilant, we all cautiously searched the entire 3rd floor. However, there were no signs of anyone nearby. Gami approached the stairs to the 2nd floor, then waved, signaling us for us to come. I nodded, following his lead. Inspector Ginoza and Miss Kunizuka came too. Once we got to the 2nd floor, voices could be heard. They echoed from below, seeming to come from the 1st floor. We walked through the corridor of the 2nd floor toward Central Campus. No one seemed to be here as well. At the end of the corridor, we reached a closed door. Where should I start searching? So we're on the 2nd floor by the passage that leads to the central building. So we need to decide whether to, the West Wing? We're in the West Wing, so we need to either go down to the 1st floor of the West Wing, where voices could be heard, or investigate the 2nd floor, the floor that we're currently on, or head down the passage to the central building. Now, it seems to me that while we're on the 2nd floor, we should investigate it while we're here just to make sure it's clear. And I don't think it would do much good to go down to the 1st floor of this building because again, the central building was said to be the HQ or whatever for him. So, let's go down the passage. The captors were located in the middle of central campus, so there was a chance that the criminal could be there too.
考えてみればあやふやな話だが
After thinking it through, it seemed unlikely. God damn it. However, it was the only option left. Inspector Ginoza grimaced.
食らいつくさデカの勘ってやつでな
I'll find the perp, with my detective's guide. We proceeded down the connecting corridor, heading for Central Campus. I wondered what awaited us. At the end of the corridor, we all stopped. We carefully looked around for any signs.
誰もいないようだな
Seems like no one's here.
よしこのまま本校舎へ入る油断するな
Okay, then we'll enter Central Campus. Move. I feel like I made a wrong decision. Right when we entered, Ginoza stopped.
金の森から連絡だ国塚回線を
Kato Nomori is calling. Kunizuka replied to her.
了解
Roger. Staying hidden in the shadows, we turned on our Riscom communications. Everyone switched to silent mode.
立てこもり犯から押収した薬の分析結果が出たわ
The analysis of those drugs you confiscated is now complete. 4 types of drugs were found on the students. All of them were readily available mental supplements on the market. They improved the hue and weren't harmful in any way.
でもね彼らが飲んでたのは薬のカクテル4種類をそれぞれ決まった割合で組み合わせたものよそうするとすごいの
However, the cocktail was different. It combined at the right amount all 4 of these drugs created a staggering effect. It dramatically improved the hue, bringing a clear color to even latent criminals.
それって悪影響はねえのか
So there aren't any negative effects?
ないわけないじゃない
Not necessarily. The cocktail affected the prefrontal cortex and inhibited the ability to detect stress. The effect spread across all areas, decreasing brain activity.
感じなくなるのはストレスだけじゃないわ痛み恐怖怪我や病気への警戒心自己保存のために備わっているそうした機能が次々と死に絶えていくもちろん思考能力もね
It wasn't only their response to stress that was affected. Users were less inclined to feel pain, fear, injury, and ultimately lost their primal need for self-preservation. To top it off, the decline of stress tolerance and other cognitive abilities led to a lack of self-control. If they felt any stress, they'd snap and go berserk.
それで連中はあんな風だったのか
That explains their odd behavior.
それとこれは茜ちゃんのチームが調べたことなんだけどね立てこもり犯にサプリのカクテルを教えたの女らしいわ
By the way, Akane's team found this. The person who taught the captors the cocktail recipe is allegedly a girl.
女
A girl. This girl had somehow figured out how to evade the law by combining supplements. She was at the nurse's office. First floor of Central Campus with someone else.
二人っきり誰と
And she's with another person? Who?
剣くんたちが探してる犯人かもしれないわ
It may be the criminal that you and the others are looking for. Ryoto Funoka led the riot, but someone else provided the knowledge of Molotovs and pipe bombs. That person was not with Funoka, but with that girl.
保健室か一体何をやってんだ
What exactly are those two doing at the nurse's office?
さあでも興味あるわよね
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, hmm? The hell does that mean?
なあギノザさん首謀者の船岡なんかよりもまずその二人を抑えた方がいいんじゃねえのか
Inspector Ginoza, rather than going after the ringleader, Funoka, shouldn't we apprehend the other two first?
賛成だ
I agree. Yeah, Kogame, let's go, buddy.
金の森ご苦労また何か分かったら連絡をくれ
Thanks, Kato Nomori. If you get any new info, contact us.
はいはいじゃあね
Okay, see ya.
我々だけで行動するのはここまでだ。一旦常森たちと合流し、情報共有後次の手を打つ。
That concludes our search mission then. Once we regroup with Tsunemori's team, we'll exchange info and proceed accordingly.
了解。
Got it.
大きな声を出さないで
Hush, keep your voice down.
お。
This dude has a thing for yelling. Where's that dickhead at? Like a god, he was omnipresent. He controlled the cameras, and he was the one with the network. Everything was under his watchful eyes, including what was happening in the school. So is he in the school? Looks like he's... I mean, if he is in the school, it looks like he would be in, like, the nurse's office.
すごいなあ。人間って不快なことを排除するためなら本当に何でもするね。
Wow. Owen Wilson. Wow. Wow, humans will really do anything to destroy whatever's blocking their path. But his mutterings went unanswered.
やっぱり一気に楽にしてあげようかな。その方がよっぽど人間のためだよね。
As expected. Well, let's have fun anyway. In the long run, humanity will be better off. With a bat of his eyelids, he shifted his view and saw a great many scenes, including the intruders within the school.
また邪魔しに来たの？でも今回は無理じゃないかな。
Are you here to bother me again? Well, this time, my plan will succeed.
だってみんなとっても色相が綺麗で幸せだもんね。
After all... Oh,
そう思うでしょ。
damn it. Hey, are you sleeping? What a pity. You get to witness such a fun experiment, yet you aren't even watching.
寝てないよ
I'm not even sleeping. Shiori, that was her name. I'm terrible at remembering names, man. Her voice sounded thick as air bubbles rising from the depths of a swamp. In her new form, the girl was long past the age of innocence, and the life she used to lead.
なんだかうるさいね
It's so noisy.
しょうがないよ。これが人間の本質なんだ。それを見極めるため僕はこの実験を計画した。君の助けを借りてね。見守ってあげないの？君の可愛い後輩たちの大騒ぎを。
That's just human nature. I've seen too much of it, so I planned this experiment. But I need your help. Can you watch over this? It's your cute junior classmate's riot.
どうでもいい
Makes no difference to me. Hmm.
みんな喧嘩なんかしないで仲良くすればいいのに
See, your hue is so clear. With a smile, he pulled 4 pills out and put them in her open palms, but she didn't bother to hold the cocktail. Instead, they fell from her hands, dropping on the floor.
このカクテル、ヘブンズドアーさえあれば、君の色相はクリアなままだ。ずっとね。
As long as you take this cocktail, Heaven's Gate, your hue will remain clear. Forever and ever. Is it possible to OD on these mental supplements? I would imagine so, but... well, unless they solve that problem. The girl didn't answer. She had fallen into a deep slumber, but her eyes remained open like a fish underwater. Her life was now submerged and inside out. Inspector Ginoza.
遅くなった。これより潜入犯、突入犯は合流し、共通目的のため行動する。情報共有は問題なかろうが、念のため確認する。我々の第一目標は、この暴動の真の中心人物を発見することだ。
Sorry for the wait. From now on, we'll pursue our common target together. Our first goal is to find the person who is behind the riot.
発見後の処遇はどうしますか？保護か、それとも確保か。
What happens after we locate him? To suppress or to secure?
そいつは見つけてからのお楽しみってやつだろう。なあ。
If we find him, he'll be sure to try and get the last laugh, huh?
そうだな。相手の犯罪係数次第だ。
Yeah. Well, first things first, check his crime coefficient.
人質の救出はまず主犯を抑えてからということですね。
Which means we'll take down the ringleader criminal before we rescue the hostages, right?
そう認識してくれ。
Affirmative.
よし。だったら早速敵の本丸へ乗り込もうぜ。
Alright, then let's break into the enemy's HQ.
保健室ってどこだっけ？
So, where's the nurse's office again?
すぐそこだ。もうじきボスのお出ましだぜ。
That way. That's where the boss level's at. Central campus, heart of the first floor. That was where the nurse's office lied. We were only a stone's throw away, but it didn't look like it'd be a cakewalk.
おっと、敵さんだ。
Whoa, look at this. They have no eyes! Oh my god! Oh, anyway. Oh, looks like we have some company. There were 8 student captors, same as us. But they also held 5 hostages with them. Damn cowards. They all kept shouting, "Drop your weapons, and don't resist." Unfazed, Miss Kugatachi raised her dominator. They all sneered and wouldn't shut up. You think that will work? We have a clear hue. We are the kings of Sybil.
彼らの主張の可否はともかく、色相的には確かにクリアです。
Putting aside their claims, their hues are indeed clear.
公安局刑事課一係、監視官のギノザだ。話を聞きたい。君たちが服用しているメンタルサプリのカクテルのことだ。
That's another good scene right there. I really like... one of the things I really like about visual novels is you can just appreciate the art in them a lot of times. It's nice. I am Inspector Ginoza of the Public Safety Bureau SID Division 1. There's something you all need to know about the mental supplements you're taking. The captors fell silent, looking at one another. They started whispering, but then got louder. Oh, you mean Heaven's Gate? Is it dangerous?
Heaven's Door. それがカクテルの名前なんだな。
Heaven's Gate. I see. So that's the name of the cocktail. They grew louder, shouting over each other. I didn't say shit. It's just a supplement. Yeah, it's legal.
こいつら、やましいとは思ってるんだな。
They all seemed like they were hiding something. Compared to the other gangs of captors, these idiots seemed a little smarter. Like how they were holding up the hostages, yet there might be room for negotiations. Put down your weapons, they shouted. Then one of them pointed at me and said, "That metal plate, too." What should I do? You're all a bunch of dumbasses.
剣さん
Hey, Enforcer Tsurugi.
俺はな執行官だ。潜在犯なんだよ。お前らみたいにクリアカラー気取っちゃいねえ。濁りっぱなしのドブ泥色でどうにか生きてる。
I'm an enforcer, after all. A latent criminal. Unlike you clowns, my hue isn't clear. And yet, how do I still survive having such a shitty hue color?
そんな俺が見ず知らずの人質と自分の身どっちが大事か。賢いお前らになら分かりそうなもんじゃねえか。なあ。
And ask me, which is more important, my life or those hostages? If you're smart, there's no way you won't know the answer. That came out pretty bad, but Inspector Ginoza didn't say a word, and neither did Miss Tsunemori. Maybe they were waiting to see what I was trying to pull off. I guess it worked though. It seemed like I got under their skin. They made some threats, but the look on their faces betrayed them as they glanced back and forth at each other.
何を言っても無駄だ。こいつは身を守るための道具だからな。お前らこいつの使い方を知ってるか。いいか、まずこう構えて。
No matter what you say, I'm not putting this down. It's for protection. Actually, you guys want to know how it works? Let me show you. You put it on like that, and... The stupid kids were like fish to bait, staring at me wide-eyed. I lifted up the metal plate and... Oh, what's gonna happen? After a few seconds, we apprehended them. Miss Tsunemori quickly untied the hostages. Ultimately, talking to the captors ended up taking longer. Those idiots. We don't have much time. Kunizuka, take the hostages to the nearest drone. Let them get to a safe place on their own.
了解。待機中の機体に指示を出します。
Roger. I'll contact the drones on standby. We rush forward to the nurse's office. When we got there, we could hear voices behind the closed door. It sounded like a girl weeping, and someone else was consoling her, but I couldn't make out what was being said.
ただごとじゃない。
This isn't good. Inspector Ginoza used the master key we got from the administrator. We flung open the door and barged right in.
怖い、怖いよ。
I'm scared. So scared. The girl who was sound asleep just a moment ago was now screaming, as if she had a bad dream. Her once calm body now jolted, and she squeezed the boy.
どうしよう、どうしよう。やっぱりもう終わりだよ。なんで、どうしてこんなことになったの？
What should I do? Tell me. It's all over. I knew it. Why? 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 I almost wanted to do like the Darth Vader, like, no. But like, why?
どうしたんだい？君には何にも心配はないはずだろ。ほら、ご覧よ。君の色相はクリアカラーだ。
What's the matter? There's nothing to worry about. See? Your hue color is clear.
変だよ。こんなの。色相はこんなに綺麗なのに、どうしてこんなに怖いの？怖いよ、怖いよ、怖いよ、怖いよ。
It's strange. Even though it's clear, I'm so scared. I'm freaking out. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm so scared.
落ち着いて。僕がいるじゃないか。
Calm down. I'm right here.
あなたじゃダメ。薬、お薬よ。あれがなきゃダメ。
No, not you. The drug. I need the drug. Oh god, he got her addicted.
僕じゃダメなの。
Not me? The boy fell silent, but only for a moment. Gradually, he forced a smile as sweet as... What? Saturnine? What? And he spoke in a soothing tone.
でも、ヘブンズドアーの処方は僕が作ったんだよ。僕がいなければ君たちは幸せになれなかった。そうだろ？
But without me, you would have never had Heaven's Gate. You need me to obtain happiness, isn't that right?
そうよ、そうよ。ねえ、お薬ちょうだい。くれないなら買ってくる。
Sure, why not? So, can you give me the drug? If not, I'll pay.
買ってくる。君が？
Pay? You want to buy it?
あんなのどこでも買える薬だもの。
It can all be bought from anywhere.
君は僕がいなくてもいいっていうの？
You're saying I'm not needed? Oh, is he gonna fuck her up? The girl slapped the boy's hands off her and pushed off of him. Unable to understand, his calmness was replaced by a burning rage. Oh shit.
買えるもんか。あれだけの薬を、あれだけの量。用意したのは僕だ。配ったのも僕だ。ねえ君、僕がいるから君は幸せになれたんだよ。
You think you can buy it? That those supplements at the right doses can just be bought? I came up with a recipe. I made it. I passed it around. You're happy because of me. The girl cowered, staring at the youth, her face pale. She looked away, then asked,
怒ったの？
Are you angry?
怒ってないよ。がっかりしただけさ。人間って本当に身の程知らずで感謝を知らないね。満たされた欲望はすぐに当たり前のことになってしまうんだ。
No, just sad. Humans really don't know how to show gratitude. After they get what they want, they immediately want something else.
怖いよ。
I'm scared. So scared.
怖がらなくてもいいんだ。僕は君を幸せにする。実験の結果は最後まで見届けなきゃならないしね。さあ、薬ならまだまだたっぷりある。欲しい？
You don't have to be. I'll make you happy. We still have time until the experiment's results are final. And I still have a lot of drugs. Want some?
ちょうだい。早く。
Yes, please. Quickly. The girl now clung to the boy's knees. He stroked her hair gently and whispered,
君は幸せかい？
Are you happy?
幸せよ。お薬飲んでる時だけ。
Yes, so happy. But I need the drug.
そうか。
Ah, I see. Numbers flashed in the boy's eye as he calculated the situation, but no one understood the results, not even the boy himself.
お願い。早くお薬ちょうだい。早くちょうだいよ。
Please, quickly, the drug, please. I need it.
ごめんね。まだ足りなかったね。まだまだ足りなかったんだよね。
Sorry, I was wrong. I don't have enough. He pulled out a variety of supplements from his pocket. They didn't seem to be the proper amounts, but he knew the types and dosages. He saw no problem with it. However, there was a problem. The limits of the drug's efficiency, or efficacy. I don't know why the fuck To him, it was minor. There was nothing more important than people's happiness, he thought.
大丈夫。君は幸せになれるよ。
It's okay. You could still attain happiness. As he whispered to her, the door opened. He glanced at the intruders. I saw them.
松方しおり
Shiori Matsukata? All along, the alumni who taught the students the recipe of Heaven's Gate was her. That poor girl. Now I knew why she returned to the city.
偶然じゃない
It wasn't a coincidence after all. The boy had golden hair and red eyes. He slipped his hand under Shiori's mouth, and she devoured whatever he held. It sounded like pills being crushed.
しおりさん。
Shiori! She fell into Miss Tsunomori's arms. After convulsing, she bent forward, grinding her teeth. For her own good, Miss Kugatachi stuffed a handkerchief in the girl's mouth.
しおりさん、しっかり。
Shiori, hang in there. The tension in Shiori's face disappeared. Her eyes wide, open like a dead fish. She dangled in Miss Tsunomori's arms.
しおりさん。しおりさん。
Shiori! Shiori!
動かさないで。脳機能に何らかの異常が出ている可能性が高い。すぐに治療する必要が。
Don't shake her. You might risk damaging her brain activity. She needs immediate emergency treatment. Miss Nadeshiko slowly trailed off, as if knowing it was all too late. She looked up and glared at the grinning boy.
あなたがやったんですね。
You are responsible for this, correct?
名前を呼んでくれないかな。僕はもう名乗ってあるよ。アルファって言うんだ。
Why don't you call me by my name? I do have a name, so call me Alpha.
アルファ
Alpha. Yukari, he literally was the same name as that AI you built.
てめえが全ての元凶なんだなアルファ
All of this chaos stems from you, you piece of shit, Alpha.
実験を執り行ったのがこの僕かってこと？だったらその通りさ。
Are you referring to the experiment that I'm conducting? If so, then yes, that would be me.
許せない。
This is unforgivable. Miss Tsunomori whipped out her Dominator. It was so close to Alpha that he could almost kiss it. Despite that, he still grinned.
嘘。なんでこんなこと。
No way, but why? What is this?
どうした常森
What, Tsunomori?
人間ってさ、欠陥品なんだ。幸せへの道しるべがはっきりと示されてるのに、その通りに動けない。
Humans are flawed. Despite a map being drawn out for them, they still don't follow the path to happiness.
常森答えろ
Tsunomori, answer me.
木野座さん、確認してください。ドミネーターが。
Inspector Ginoza, please confirm this. The Dominator is...
だから、僕は導いてあげることにしたんだ。
And so, I decided to help you humans along this path. Oh, damn it. Hold on.
もっと簡単に彼らを幸せにしてあげたい。そのための方法がヘブンズドアだ。彼らを作り変えるためのこの僕が見つけたやり方さ。
Alright, I need to go back. Hold on. Inspector Ginoza raised his Dominator, as did the rest of us. We aimed at him as he continued to talk, his red eyes shimmering under the light. So he's not coming up, I mean, he has no crime coefficient, and the target, they don't even, like, he's not even in the system. I wish to offer a simpler way for humans to attain happiness. It's known as Heaven's Gate. They'll be following a new recipe I've discovered. The Dominator didn't recognize his target. There was no doubting it. For some reason, Sybil's eyes didn't see Alpha even as he smiled in front of us.
君たち公安局刑事課一係は僕の邪魔ばかりしたよね。でも君たちは犯罪係数の高い存在しか捉えられない。だからその銃は僕には効かないんだ。
The SIDS Division 1. You all have been quite a pain. But, you're only able to enforce persons with high crime coefficients. Thus, your guns are useless against me.
貴様は何者だ
Who are you?
僕はアルファ、シビラの申し子。人を幸せに導くため作られた AI さ。
I am Alpha, the Sybil System's successor. I'm the AI who will lead all humans to happiness.
AI だとバカな貴様みたいな高度な思考処理を行う AI が開発されたなど聞いたこともない
An AI? Don't make me laugh. I've never heard of an AI like the likes of you in development.
ギロ事実を見ろドミネーターが認識できない存在がここにいるそいつは人間だと思うか
Gino, open your eyes. Right before us is an entity that isn't even recognized by the Sybil System. Do you really think he's human?
僕は人間だ。
I am human! He screamed, finally shattering his smile. Numbers started flashing in his eye. Alpha seemed unstable, and he started talking to himself. We had to end this fast.
いや違う。僕は AI だ。人間なんかじゃない。でも僕は人間として作られた。作られた？誰に？僕は。
No. I am an AI, not a human. But I was made by a human. And who is that exactly? Who am I? I am...
あなたは一体誰？
You. Exactly who or what are you? Miss Kugatachi stood up, still staring at the boy, but he didn't look at her. Instead, he stared down, like someone trying to retrace their steps for something they had lost.
僕はアルファだ。僕には名前がちゃんとある。そうだ。お母さんがつけてくれたんだ。お母さんが。
I am Alpha. Alpha. I have a name. Yes. Mother gave me this name. My mother.
ゆかりだ。そうだな。
Yukari. That's her name, right?
ゆかり。
He gazed at me with his blood-red eyes. Those red eyes, the one from that AI I knew before. The one Yukari had built.
剣。君は剣。僕の敵だ。なのに君は僕のことを知ってるの？
Tsurugi. You're called Tsurugi. You're my enemy. But why do you know who I am?
ああ、多分な。昔のお前とは大違いだが。お前のお母さんならよく知ってる。姫川ゆかりだ。お前を作ったのはあいつだ。そうだな。
Well, unfortunately, you're much different from back then. I know your mother very well. Yukari Himekawa. She's the one who made you. Isn't that right?
わからない。
I don't understand.
しらばっくれるな。ゆかりはどこだ？言え。
Don't pretend to be ignorant. Where's Yukari? Answer me.
知らない。わからない。思い出せないんだ。お母さんの顔も名前も。
I don't know. I can't remember. Not her face, or even her name.
あなたも記憶を私と同じように。
Your memories were wiped too? Just like me? You can't tell me that Nadeshiko, Miss Droid, is Yukari. Because he said that she... I mean, I know I suspected this, like, what, in the last video, or maybe the first one, where that might be the case, but he said she didn't look anything like this. So she would have gotten some cosmetic treatment done or something, and I don't know. Alpha didn't answer. He just stood there, trembling like a lost boy. Without thinking, I reached my hand out toward him. Stop it! He swatted my hand back, and it throbbed.
僕は君なんか嫌いだ。君は敵だもの。そうとも。君たちに邪魔されてる場合じゃないんだ。僕は人間を幸せにしなきゃいけないんだ。
I don't like you. You're my enemy. All of you. I can't be stopped by the likes of you. I need to bring happiness to humanity.
なぜ？
Why?
お母さんに褒めてもらうためさ。
So I can be praised by Mother. Screaming, Alpha pushed away Miss Kugatachi. I caught her before she could fall, and her body was shaking. She was hurting inside, just like the boy was. Hey! Alpha looked at me, clutching a metal pipe. I expected him to throw it at me, but instead he ran for the door. Luckily, Masa and Shu were there, and blocked him from leaving. Let me go!
そういうわけにはいかねえよ。
And why would we want to do something like that?
お前さんには遺体の盗難容疑がかかってる。執行対象にはできなくとも重要参考人に変わりはない。話を聞かせてもらうぞ。
You are under suspicion of a cyborg theft. Even if you are not a target for enforcement, you'll be taken into custody as a person of interest.
僕の邪魔をするな。
You can't stop me. Sparks flew from Masa's cyberized arm as he blocked Alpha's punch. At the same time, Shu lunged at the AI.
邪魔だ。
Get out of my way! By a hair's breadth? I don't know what that fucking means. Shu dodged a metal pipe that aimed right for his head.
こいつ速え。
He's fast.
噛みつこうとするな。警棒を使え。
Don't try to grapple with him. Use your batons. You got this, Kogami. You were pretty good at some hand-to-hand combat, if I remember right. Blocking the door, Gami pulled out his baton. All of a sudden, Alpha stopped and tilted his head, then asked,
君の名前は？
What's your name?
鴻上信也。
Shinya Kogami.
鴻上。覚えておくよ。君はちょっと違うね。
Kogami. I'll remember it. You were slightly different. Yeah, Kogami's a fucking badass. They charged at one another. The battle was like a dance. All their movements were in sync, counteracting and blocking the other's attacks, while swinging their weapons. Don't burn yourself out. Cyborgs do not tire. A human cannot possibly win.
あんた、もう大丈夫なのか?
Is everything okay with you? Don't mind me. Just find a way to stop him. She gently pushed me away and stood up, no longer shaking, but staring at Alpha.
奴を止めるにはどうしたらいい?
What should I do to stop him? Oh, shit. Point your dominate. That's not gonna do jack shit. Fight together with Kogami. Ask Nadeshiko about cyborg weaknesses. Drop the drug cabinet to block the path. Well, shit. Well, the first one is out of the question, because that's not going to do any good. Fighting together with Kogami, I think, would be a decent idea, but I don't know if my guy here has any, like, fighting capabilities like Kogami does. And asking for weaknesses, I think, is a good idea. And dropping the drug cabinet to block the path, I feel like, is a good idea as well. Because if Alpha wants to escape, he doesn't really have that option anymore. I'm kind of tied between these two, because I feel like dropping the drug cabinet would be good, but like it's either we can find a weakness and possibly capture him, or we can block his exit, but if we still aren't able to find a way to defeat him with the exit blocked, it doesn't really do any good. He could still get away if he's pretty much taking everybody out. I'm gonna see about a cyborg weakness. Ms. Kugatachi, you know what the weaknesses of medical cyborgs are, right? Weakness. Well, from data interconnectivity and queuing theory, congestive collapse may be applicable to this scenario. Enough with the technical terms. If overwhelmed with simultaneous stimulation, internal processing can be disrupted, causing a lag. At worst, the cyberized body will stop functioning. So like from too much sound or light, right? Ideally. We'll use a stun grenade then. Everyone, take your positions. Roger. It's a good thing we kept the stun grenade. Who's next? Why, you. Ko! Shu shouted to avert the AI's attention. He carried a stun grenade in one hand, then put on his mask and earplugs with the other. It doesn't matter how many people come at me. I never tire. Good for you. Carrying his metal plate, Masa rushed in. Alpha dodged, but that gave Gami enough time to push his gear on. Or to put his gear on. Ow! And take this, too. What is this? My head.
いてんぞ僕ちゃん。
Hey, you like that?
ノイズが発生している。頭の中で光と音のエコーが終わらない。
What's this noise? So much light and sound echoing in my head. It won't stop. Why won't it stop?
0.2 秒のタイムラグを取って攻撃する。行くぞ。
Use the 0.2 second time lag and attack. Now. You're toast. Gami roundhouse kicked Alpha's stomach. Yeah, buddy, go Kogami. Sending the AI flying toward the wall. And then... I tackled him, smashing his small frame and waist against the wall. His cyberized body was made to emulate a boy, and now it was broken. This is bad. The data is... Hey, wait a second. I'm not done with you yet. Alpha's head shook, and an eerie noise emerged.
データ障害を起こしています。この状態を解消するには機能のリセットしか方法はありません。
He has suffered some damage to his data. To restore it, we have no other option but a hardware reset.
その場合、奴の記憶はどうなる？
If so, what happens to his memory hard drive?
消滅するわけではありません。ただ、読み出しができるかどうかは。
It won't necessarily be destroyed, but it may not be possible to extract and read the data.
壊れるな。聞きたいことがあるんだ。
Don't break just yet. There's something I need to ask you. He looked at me, with those red eyes. In the left one, a series of numbers continued to flash, but I had no idea what it meant. I will not fail. Alpha! Temporarily deactivating. Experiment terminated. Abandoning cyberized body. Alpha! Damn, look at that. He pissed. The flashing numbers slowly stopped.
逃げられました。彼はおそらくネットワークへデータ移行し、擬態を捨てたのでしょう。
He escaped. He is already transferring the data and abandoning the cyberized body.
この手に捕まえたってのによ。
Damn, I had him in my grasp. From then on, we faced no difficulties. Safely securing the captors and rescuing the hostages were done without delay. The leader, Rotaru Funoka... What the hell? Oh, people sending me fucking messages. The leader, Rotaru Funoka, who had most of the captors and hostages with him, proved to be nothing more than a kid. Without much of a struggle, he was apprehended. Alright. Alright, all the students, both hostages and captors, were taken to the hospital. There, they received mental care assistance and hue checks. Unfortunately, the main colonel, Alpha, evaded us. We were able to apprehend the other perp, Shiori Matsukata, but it was more like she had no way to flee the scene.
ユーストレス欠乏症脳梗塞って聞いたことある？
Have you heard of eustress deficiency? I believe I said that right.
名前だけは。
Only the name.
そう。メンタルサプリやストレスケアに過剰に依存する環境下で発症すると言われている疾患よ。この状態に陥ると外界からのあらゆる刺激に対する反応が失われ、やがて衰弱死する。
This syndrome is said to occur after the sufferer overdoses on mental supplements, which leads to a loss of stimulus response activity.
松方しおりはそういう状態だったってことか。
Is Shiori Matsukata suffering from this?
さすがの私も実際のケースは初めて見たけど、あらゆる所見がいわゆるユーストレス欠乏症脳梗塞の症状と合致するのよ。
Even for me, it's my first time witnessing this. Nevertheless, all her symptoms match those of Eustace deficiency syndrome.
それってまだはっきりと認められた症例ではありませんよね。
But this is not an officially recognized disease, right?
くだらん。薬物により脳機能。
仮に
Oh, fuck.
日野座監視官のおっしゃる通りだとしても、
God damn it, I accidentally pressed X too many times. It doesn't matter. Her brain has clearly been affected by a medication overdose. Supposing it is as Inspector Ginoza has said. Miss Kugatachi, who looked deep in thought, started speaking.
ユーストレス欠乏症はストレスケアへの過剰依存により徐々に自律神経が壊れていく病気とされています。発症基準は長期間にわたるものです。今回のような急性の発症は前例がありません。
Eustress deficiency is a syndrome that occurs from the chronic use of anti-stress medication. Prior to this, there have been no reports of severe cases.
だから俺が言っているだろう。薬物の過剰摂取による症状だと。
Exactly. This may be a case of medication overdose.
その症状が意図せざる事故ではなく、犯人の目的だとしたら、
What if this overdose was not an accident, but something that the criminal planned?
何？それじゃ君はまさか。
What do you mean?
アルファは彼が開発したメンタルサプリのカクテルの処方を名付けていました。ヘブンズドアと。彼が開いた扉はこの世ではないところへ通じていたのです。
Alpha named the cocktail he invented Heaven's Gate. From such a name, it can be inferred that he meant to open a door to a world unlike ours.
人間を幸せにするってそういうことかよ。
And that's what he means by bringing happiness to humanity? Did I skip?
苦痛を感じず色相も濁らせずに生きること。それが幸せというなら、ユーストレス欠乏性脳梗塞こそがまさに人間の理想の末路ってわけか。
Did I accidentally skip a line of... Oh no. The text box did something weird that I thought I might have accidentally pressed X too many times, but I guess not. Unable to feel pain and living with an unaffected hue. If this is what happiness means to him, then Eustace deficiency would mark the end of the line for humanity.
そんなの生きてるって言えんのか？
Is that even a way to live?
アルファにとっては大きな問題ではなかったのでしょう。
That apparently does not matter to Alpha.
彼は自らを AI と名乗っていた。それが事実だとすれば、彼の非人間的な発想も理解できないわけではないけれど。
He calls himself an AI. If that is indeed the case, then it's reasonable that we are not able to understand his non-human way of thinking.
そのくせ奴は自分を人間だとも言い張ってた。矛盾した言動だ。ここに奴の動機の鍵がありそうだな。
And yet that piece of shit calls himself human. How ironic. This could be the key to his plans.
松方しおりは主犯の一人で、同時に最初の犠牲者だったわけね。
This may be the reason why Shiori Matsukata was one of the perpetrators of this incident, and also the first one to be sacrificed.
彼女はアルファによって選ばれたのでしょう。佐藤春人の事件に巻き込まれたことで、失われた彼女の幸せを取り戻すため、春人の協力者だったアルファは動いたんです。
She was chosen by Alpha. The previous case when she was abducted led to his desire to bring her happiness, which is why he used her.
かわいそうな女の子を幸せにするためにってか。ふざけやがって。
That was his idea of bringing happiness to that poor girl? What a piece of shit.
幸い迅速な対処ができたおかげで松方しおりと同様の症状を発症した者は報告されていない。人質となった者たちも色相はすでに改善へ向けて推移しているとのことだ。
Due to our fast response, there were no reports of any of the captors having symptoms similar to Shiori's. All hostages also showed improvements in their hues.
犠牲は最小限で済んだということですね。
けれど、無論ゼロではなかった。
We managed to keep the damage to a minimum, but we couldn't save everyone.
気の毒だけど、松方しおりの回復は望めないわね。
What a pity. Shiori Matsukata isn't expected to have a swift recovery.
こんなものが幸せかよ。
Where is that happiness he was talking about? Bastard.
剣、お前はアルファを知っていたんだな。
Tsurugi, you knew Alpha, didn't you?
昔、幼なじみが同じ名の AI を育ててた。
A long time ago, my friend raised an AI that had the same name as his.
貴様が探しているという女性のことだな。確か名前は姫川ゆかり。
That's the girl you've been searching for, right? What was her name? Yukari Himakawa?
あいつは人間の感情が理解できなかった。久型事情、あんたと同じだ。
She couldn't understand human emotions, just like Miss Kugitachi.
ええ、剣執行官。まさにそうです。私もそうなんです。不思議な巡り合わせですけれど。
Yes, Enforcer Tsurugi. Just like you said, I cannot either. Such an odd coincidence.
あいつはゆかりはそのことで悩んでた。だから AI を作った。心を持った AI を。そいつの名がアルファ。
That was something Yukari worried about. So, she made an AI, and gave it the ability to process and learn emotional responses. She named him Alpha.
その試みはうまくいったの？
And how did that go?
さあな。俺が知ってるのはまだゆかりが子育てに勤しんでた頃だ。生まれたてのアルファは赤ん坊みたいなものだった。ゆかりのやつは一つ一つ教え込んでた。感情を、人間らしい反応を。
Not sure. All I know was from the time Yukari had a childcare job. When he was created, Alpha was like a baby, and Yukari raised him as such.
でも彼女はそれを理解できないのでは？
But she wasn't able to understand human emotions, right?
そうさ。だからゆかり自身も学んでたんだ。あいつは言ってた。アルファのモデルはこの俺だって。感情豊かで見ていて参考になるって。
Right. Which is why she was learning herself. She once told me that I was the model for Alpha, claiming that I was rich with emotion. She used me as his role model.
あいつはゆかりは消えちまった。俺には何にも知らせずに。もし今も研究を続けてるんだとしたら、アルファはあいつがとうとう完成させた我が子かもしれない。
Then, Yukari disappeared. I don't know how or why, but maybe she's still conducting her research. And Alpha may very well be that same kid I knew, all grown up now.
空論だ。自立行動が可能な AI は未だ実現されてはいない。アルファを操っているのは奴自身ではなく別の誰かだ。
That's nonsense. An AI capable of independent action is far from a reality. Someone else is controlling Alpha, not Alpha himself.
なら、そいつは誰だ？どこにいるんだ？
If that's the case, then who? Where is that person?
その質問に答えられるだけの材料は現状では揃っていない。ただ、今回のアルファをめぐる一連の事件に姫川ゆかりという人物が関わっている可能性は考慮すべきだろう。
I don't have enough information to answer your questions, but for all the cases where Alpha was involved, we need to consider Yukari Himakawa's involvement as well.
ギノザ監視官、あなたがおっしゃっておられることは姫川ゆかりが重要参考人だという意味でしょうか？
Inspector Ginoza, are you saying that Yukari Himakawa should be brought in as a suspect?
その判断を下すのもまだ早い。まず考えるべきは彼女の行方を突き止めることだ。
It's still too early to say, but we should try and track down her whereabouts.
それじゃあ、ギノザさん、あんたも調べてくれるんだな。
Then you're going to help me research?
やってみよ
I'll give it a shot.
そいつは
Thanks. Whether that was a good thing or not, at least I was making progress, moving toward her, and finally closer to seeing her again.
ゆかり必ず見つけ出してやる
Yukari, I'll find you. That was a good scene. Alright, I think we're a little bit over the time. This is an alright spot to leave off. Not the greatest, but, I mean, it's alright for now. But I'm going to go and end it here. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all are enjoying Psycho Pass Mandatory Happiness for the PlayStation 4. And thank you all so much for the amazing love and support you've left on all the previous videos. It has been awesome. I love you all. And thank you all just so much for the support you've been given this year. It's been great. You guys are amazing. And I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but anyway, I'm losing track of what I wanted to say right now. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But thank you all so much for watching. If you guys could do me a real quick favor, look in that description box down below. I got all that social media stuff down there. If you guys want to get sneak peeks or see what I'm doing on a daily basis, go and follow me on those. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I am out.